So you weren't it was you, not me.
I don't know.
It was you.
I thought I was sitting like this.
Now I'm on the edge of the camera. We're gonna do one more scoot. You gotta lift up.
I'm trying to knock over my glass.
Well, nobody told you not to bring the glass over there, and I'm gonna scoot up just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
There now I am officially in here, and welcome one, welcome all. I'm the most determined soul, CJ Berry, here with the wife.
Candace Berry.
There you go.
I was looking for waves and waves, man. I was ready for it.
But we're not there yet because I'm not by myself. I'm with you. So
we can both do waves and waves.
No, we can't. We're just gonna say I'm the most determined soul, CJ Berry, with my wife,
Candace Berry.
There we go, and we're gonna keep it moving. MJ Jizzle's in the house. Last week we talked about a lot of different things. Last week was our pilot show. It was our pilot show, and this week is our first show that's our episodic show. That's
episode 1.
Yeah, this is
last week was episode 0.
Episode 0, and this one's officially episode 1.
Yes.
And so, how are you feeling about the episodes? And
I think I'm excited. Like, I feel like we got a little bit more structure this time. I think we ironed out some of the kinks last time with the kids.
Yeah. They're I don't hear nowhere near as much.
Right,
banging.
they're tiptoeing.
They're definitely tiptoeing, not a lot of banging upstairs. So yeah, that's freaking crazy. So how's your week going? I'm sure it's well.
Yeah, I mean, my weeks are always interesting with work. It's unpredictable. My weekends always make up for it though. So yeah, I pack it in the weekend.
So this weekend, what did you went there with? It was loaded weekend, right?
It was a loaded weekend. For an introverted person, this weekend was a lot. This was 3 weekends worth of activities for me. I'm a chill.
We had
next
a
weekend.
Child's birthday party.
We had friends in town Friday. Stayed up till like 3 a.m. That's not my jam.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
It was late.
We did do that.
Yes. And it was like an impromptu, like, just get together.
We had lots of drinks.
Yeah.
And then we had the children's birthday party the next day.
Yes. The next day was a kid's birthday party. And the parents were fire. It was like the kid's birthday party where like the parents were like, no, this is for us too. Lots of socializing, lots of family. They had like a whole menu, tons of coolers with drinks and stuff for the adults. It was real fun. The kids had a blast too, though.
Yeah, the kids definitely, as long as they had fun, they didn't fall completely asleep or anything like that, but they did have fun. I'm adjusting this for you because you're not getting the cues that you got to be in the mic. So I'm trying to get you. I was telling you about that earlier about adjustments, but it's all good. I got you. I'm gonna help fix it, saying that you're not moving to it or adjusting it for yourself.
Sure my posture's okay.
Don't worry about your posture.
I'm worrying about my back pain.
The people don't care about the posture. They care about hearing you.
I'm not trying to be a hunchback, man.
You don't have to be a hunchback. Just pick up my
Anyways, the birthday party was fun. Yeah. What did we do Saturday night though?
Saturday, I think we were chilling because we watched the scary movie.
Oh, we did. Which one was that? It was so much stuff this weekend that I just blew together.
We watched a second scary movie outside of the one that we already did, and then it was yesterday was Saturday. I'm thinking today it's like a Monday or something like that.
Right.
So no, that was last night. It was the children's birthday party. So today you did the pumpkin farming, and that she did a lot.
Because I had to remember what happened between the birthday party and the movie though.
Absolutely nothing. I think you took a nap.
I tried to. Okay.
And then I
took Archie's hair down,
and I did most of the folding of clothes.
He did.
I definitely did that.
You did.
And got it all out the way. But
and then today was church. I did children's church today.
Yeah.
And then we did pumpkin patch picking with some friends. That was fun.
And I'm not a fan of anybody's kids but my own, so I let her handle that. So
yeah.
But yeah, that was
a big day.
That's a pretty good weekend. Wow.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, usually I'm not looking forward to the weekday. This time I'm kind of looking forward to the weekday to just get back in routine, calm things down a little bit. But we got a full week too, actually.
Yes.
So
I mean, because you got basketball.
Parent-teacher conferences.
Conferences.
Dang, you're right. Basketball.
Yeah.
And then band concert.
Yes. So there's a lot
and
going on.
And then the kids are out of school a little early because it's parent-teacher conferences.
Right. So there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Ooh.
Yeah. But anyways,
we calling a
we're
sick
not
day
going to sit here and talk about our kids in the weekend all day long because that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about today is movies that we've been watching.
Yes.
Specifically Barbarian. You wanted to hit on that one. We're going to talk about I want to just say a full review because we're not a review channel, but we wanted to talk about Smile because we just saw that.
Yep, we gave y'all fair warning.
And so there might be a little bit of spoiler here or there, but it kind of is what it is with that. So I don't know where we should start at. Where would you like to start?
I mean, I want to rant about Smile, but I want to like rave about Barbarian. Do you want to start with the positives or the negatives?
Just start with one movie at the time. We'll compare and contrast them at the end.
We're gonna do
kind of. This is like a brainstorming of an essay.
Yes.
So let's start with the brainstorming of Barbarian.
Yeah.
Then we'll hit on Smile.
Start with the good news.
No.
I'm saying Barbarian is good news. In my opinion, Smile.
We'll just kind of ramble about it, and then we kind of do a comparison towards the end there.
Okay. All right.
So
they were two very different movies.
They were, but I'm saying comparison because that's what you want to talk about. So we don't have to compare if you don't want to, but let's go ahead and just start on Barbarian.
I will say that Barbarian is more of my style of movie. Smile was it's not a slasher, but it was executed like a slasher. So it had some like ghost and spirit aspects to it, but it executed like a slasher.
What scary movie doesn't have killing in it though?
No, there's killing, but there's like the hunter and prey type of killing. And even though Smile had some like spiritual ghost aspects of it, it was more of a hunter type of. Because
paranormal activity isn't a slasher, but they go around hunting and killing. So I don't know if it's that. But let's start with Barbarian though. So those of you that haven't seen Barbarian, in a nutshell,
you had 2 weeks to see it.
Yeah, you did. in a nutshell, it's about a lady that ends up sharing an Airbnb with somebody, and then how she gets stuck in that Airbnb. And then from being stuck in Airbnb, somebody else comes to Airbnb. The actual owner comes in and obliviously walks into this horrific dungeon. But here's the thing:
this movie was so good and so layered. There was a few rants I had about that.
Okay.
The Airbnb owner just walked into it completely oblivious. He was literally in the dungeon, like where the horrors were happening, and so oblivious because he was only thinking about how much money he could make off of the extra square footage that he was like for real like tape measuring down in this dungeon, didn't notice all these signs. But I feel like the movie did a good job of setting up the fact that I feel like there's a lot of like gender critique and social critique about how men will do stuff like that there's not an initial layer of fear or intuition that men have. They'll walk clean into something that's clearly has red flags. And then the socioeconomic aspect of it as well, where he was doing that because he was so driven by the greed that he just walked himself straight into danger.
But I think
red flags.
Right, and I think the ignored red flags don't just land on the male; it also lands on the female. She's in
you're right.
She's in the middle of Detroit. Doesn't kind of scope out her surroundings.
Exactly.
Comes to her B&B at
trying
night.
to be nice.
But it's not like I haven't gone to a B&B at night or anything like that.
We had that one. There was a whole hole in the window. You remember? There was like the living room kitchen area, and then there was this glass door that went out into a kind of closed-in patio, like an outdoor patio type of thing, and they had some drapes covering the glass door, and there was a hole in it.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
You remember that? Jermaine stuck his whole hand in there. It was funny, but like it's one of those things where you're like, I've already traveled. I don't want to inconvenience myself.
I'm already here, but even then, as a male, I know me, and if I see something that's already occupied, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Because that can go one of two bad ways for you, right?
And so for a female, it can go one of three bad ways. It can be like a plethora of bad directions. Yes. And she was so stuck on her. She was. Yep. I'm not going to use the word selfish.
It was selfish. She should have just booked it in.
She was self-centered because she didn't do it to the detriment of anybody else but herself. So she was being self-centered, and there's a level of entitlement. I'm a woman.
She's like, could you pack yourself up and go? And he's like,
no, exactly. Right. So there was a level of entitlement, and I think we see that often from women and how they expect men to kind of roll over and give them whatever it is that they want, because at the end of the day, He was being a gentleman in this whole thing. He was being a gentleman because again, no different than you were talking about the guy. I was like, all right,
No, I'm saying that's what the movie was setting up.
I know
that literally the whole rant that she had with him on the couch with the guy that was in the Airbnb at the same time was about how they can just move throughout life without that extra layer of initial caution.
No, absolutely. Yeah. But I think even within what she was saying with that extra layer of no caution or whatever the case may be, there's a level of entitlement and being oblivious to your surroundings also. Because you can be, I'm not saying you, but you can be so stuck on what you want as a woman that you disregard every sign out there that tells you to go somewhere else.
Yes. So this, I'm not going to generalize to all women, but in this circumstance, but she did that because she was also somewhat romantically leaning into that.
I don't think, no, she didn't romantically lean until the end.
And no, not in the end, in the beginning. They had a whole moment on the couch
they had a moment after he opened up and said who he was and what he was doing. So
you're right, but initially she's still walking the house.
So again, on both ends, I think you're going off of commentary based off of what you understand and what you're feeling. But there's other social commentary that's there.
There was a lot.
There was a lot, but I'm just saying that they were showing the double standard.
Yes.
On both ends.
I really feel like though she had multiple opportunities through this movie to save herself.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And I think that was part of the point. In general, like, hey, save yourself, but for real, like, forget everybody else. Save yourself.
But here's another catch here. Here's another one. If the lady in the movie was white instead of black, it would have hit home differently, in my opinion. Because she was being a Karen, but because she was black, it didn't come off her.
It didn't
tone.
come off as Karen-y.
Yeah, and her tone. But if it was a white woman,
it wouldn't have worked with the police officers if it wasn't a black woman.
Absolutely. So again, there's a whole lot of different tones and stuff like that go along with this, where it's like, yo, okay.
But the way they did it, there was like I said, layers of it. There is the issue between the person who owned the house, and then there was the issue with the neighborhood and stuff like that. But because it hit on just institutional issues,
right?
That the fact that a whole city could just denigrate's not the right word, could just crumble like that, to where there's no services, there's no care for the people that are in that area, that also is a reason why this could happen.
Right.
So very layered movie. I really enjoyed it.
So the part that I want to eventually get to is the monster titties.
I didn't want to get to that. I had very pleasantly forgotten that image.
Guys. First off, folks, and I'm gonna turn for a second. There were monster titties in the movie.
They weren't pleasant.
They weren't pleasant, but they were.
You
titties.
Hesitated. Hold on.
They weren't pleasant, but they were titties.
Hesitated.
They weren't pleasant, but they were titties nonetheless. And that's what we came there for. We come for spooky. We come for spooky titties, man. So we come for.
This is a very different take on spooky titties, though. Most of the horror movies do not play it like this. This one was it was purplish pink, veiny, and stiff. They weren't stiff. Them things was flapping.
Did you see it jiggle?
Did you see her running?
They
were pendulums.
Oh, I didn't know this before. I just know. I was like, yo, she got.
See, this is why I can't watch scary movies with you and watch stuff with you, because I'm a very visual person. Images get burned in my brain. So as long as you don't say it, I forget about it. But then you said
the swaying of the boobies got you.
Yes, the whole movement, like everything. Her running up, the sound of them big feet.
Wait.
All the stimulation, too much. No, they were moving in parallel.
But if they're parallel, eventually when they stop, the
scenes weren't long enough for all that. No, like those metal balls.
Yeah, those classes. No, it didn't do that. All right,
this is terrible.
It is terrible. But no, so we're not going to go through each part of the story or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I will say I did like the movie. Even outside of the social commentary that was there, I liked
it because of that.
No, I didn't like it because of that. I think I wanted it to be a little bit more mystical.
It was not mystical. You're right.
It wasn't mystical.
So you spend like half the movie trying to figure out what's going on, and then it's very crisp on. Okay, this is what this is. There's no ghost,
then once you figure out what it is, you're not scared.
It shifts the whole rest of the movie.
It shifts the whole rest of the movie, and you're not scared anymore.
Right. It's like it pulled a whole veil off.
Right. So that's kind of the thing. Like with
Freddy, you know what monsters you're gonna see. There's no
right. So like with Freddy Krueger movies, you know, the Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one was super scary. You didn't understand what Freddy Krueger was.
Didn't understand it. I watched it again as an adult, and I forgot. I was like, hold on, what are the mechanics of this movie?
Right. You didn't understand. Yeah. That's what made it scary. But then once you probably got to the 50th Freddy Krueger movie, you're like, oh, I know where the jump scare is gonna be at. I know the tone of the movie, and so I'm not afraid anymore, right? And that's kind of what this was, except for they didn't take 20 years to show you Freddy. You know, they showed you the creature or the person. And the person behind that was pulling the strings all at once. So it's like, okay, I'm not afraid anymore. It's not mystical, you know. Like it's like when you hear a sound in your house and you just see, oh, it's the blinds just beating against the window. You're like, all right, I'm not. That's exactly what it was to me. And I definitely was looking for that mystique.
That's where it shifted from, oh, this is a scary movie, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I'm scared, to, oh, that's where more of the social stuff took on, where it became more plot and less scary.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that at all. And yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that. And it's a lot of it's like hindsight type stuff.
Exactly.
It's like oh, okay, that's where we're going in with that. And same thing, like the old man. I thought the old man that was in the beginning that was yelling at him, I was like, oh, we knew, we saw the foreshadowing, but we didn't think it was that. Yeah. You know, I think another thing that
that was a good twist on what his role was.
Right.
It was very again, social commentary. It's like, check what your expectations and prejudices are about what people are up to based on their parents.
Right. And I think another thing that all he had to do was listen. Yeah. So I think another thing that was there was going back to Monster Titties. She was breastfeeding people.
Charles.
And her hair was long and stringy.
No, stop.
And there was like hair on her boobies. No. And she was putting it in people's mouths and forcing people to suckle.
All he had to do was drink the bottle. And the girl, here's the issue.
Forcing people to suckle.
The girl told him, take the bottle. Just take the bottle. Clearly, I'm alive down here in this dungeon. I know what I'm doing. Take the bottle. And he didn't want to listen to her. So guess what he gets?
He had to suck her
Monster breast milk.
He had to suck some monster
all he had to do was take the bottle and listen to the woman.
He should have. Yeah, it was freaking wild. It like, because I think also because I think we've been desensitized over
so much.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, even though that was like kind of like a what type moment, and we're a little taken back, but I think that we're desensitized to that type. Like if I saw this in the early 2000s, I'm like, what? And I would have been it would have been the disturbing image.
It still was.
But it still was, but not as much because we've seen it all. You know?
I hadn't seen anything like that, but it was one of those things that was disturbing enough that you couldn't close your eyes to it. You had to be like, oh my God, let me see.
You haven't seen The Faces of Death?
No. Nope. That's going off my list. That's not. No, Faces. It never made it.
No, Faces of Death is. It's.
I don't like disturbing stuff. Unless it plays out like this one played out.
Right. No, Faces of Death is a series based on true events. And they show the true events. So so one example of that is they took a monkey, put it in a vice, and the guys were in a circle hitting the monkey in the head with the hammer. Or you get to see people get their heads cut clear off. I've only seen one. I saw 5 minutes of one, and I was like, turn off immediately.
There was another movie like that where it was a series of like VHSs, and they were disturbing weird stuff like that. I can't remember what it was though. I did not watch it.
This is real.
Who does stuff like that?
Not a show that was like, oh, we're gonna make this really graphic. No, these are real
videos.
These are real accounts, and they kind of compiled all these accounts together.
That is so disturbing.
Like a dude.
That would scare me more because it's real videos. I don't know. I can't watch that. Same thing with the Jeffrey Dahmer movie videos, whatever it is on Netflix.
That's real. That's a account.
It's a reenactment, but it's still enough of it is factual that
like the other two that I saw. A guy was climbing up a telephone pole, got electrocuted, then
don't want to hear.
Like a bird. The other guy jumped out of a plane, bounced, boom. And he didn't die, but it was like, yo, that's crazy. You jumped out of a plane.
Maybe not immediately.
And boom, no, he didn't die. He walked away from it. But stuff like that's on the face of the.
No, anyway, I don't like stuff that's real like that. That's also disturbing.
See, even Brown Red Dad is saying yes, those videos are crazy.
No, I don't want to.
No, I'm not saying see it, but I'm saying the reason why I'm just desensitized to it. Like same thing.
Maybe I'm not because I don't watch stuff like that. That stuff disturbs my spirit.
This is stuff when I was in college. Like I seen the Pain Olympics where it's like self-mutilation type stuff. It's like crazy.
This is terrible.
So for me, I'm like, that's disturbing, but I'm desensitized to it.
I'm not that down for the horror cause to be watching those.
No, I'm not either. It's just
that's
a
not
thing.
me for me. Those are going on the no list.
Right. So then what else happened in that movie? Was there anything else you wanted to hit on with that? Because I know you said you want to revisit it, and then we go on to Smile.
I don't know. It was just really good. That's definitely one to go see. Do you think it's worth seeing in the theater, though? Was there enough visually for it? Like, they had really great camera work. I think they did a really good job with the sound and, like, drawing you in and establishing dread with the sound. But was it worth it to go see it in a theater?
I don't think any scary movies worth seeing in the theater.
I can't think of one right now off the top of my head, and I like them. They're just
and here's my argument. Of course, there's exceptions to the rules, but it's not the standard, right? So like Us and Get Out, those were really good horror films. However, Nope, I probably could have waited to watch them. There's certain ones. So every single horror film that we've seen together, in the movie theater or at home, they all probably could have been watched at home. And I think that it would have more effect when I'm at home watching it, because you got the lights out, you got all sorts of other things. You can pause to pee. We can be a little bit louder than we normally are.
You can throw popcorn at the girl that turns around to try to save somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of stuff that we can. Yeah, tomato. Why would
throw a tomato
in your own house?
Get the kids to clean it up.
You're the absolute worst. But yeah, I think most of that I would prefer to watch at home.
I can agree with that. Now that you say it, there's not one horror movie that I was like, that was a great one for.
And it's not like Marvel where there's like so much
exactly.
Like there's not so much going on where you're like, oh, and you're going back and forth, right?
Or I like like action, like fight scenes are better in the theater. I don't know.
Majority of horror movies, you can't see what's going on anyway.
I mean, and it's not the type of action that you want to see real close up. Like, didn't need to see the axe go into the head same way I want to see.
But we did need to see big old monster titties on the thing.
Apparently, they thought that was going to make it worth it for us.
We needed to see monster titties. I think it made it all worth it. So going to Smile. So now we talked about how good Barbarian. Bad guy. Maddox, we did see Barbarian. The other one, Smile. Now, I liked Smile. I liked it.
Why?
Because it was a mystical, spiritual, it was all that, right? And
it was a real shallow level mystical, spiritual though.
I'll say this. I'll say this. If it wasn't for the random jump scares that were there and just let it be what it was, like in leading up to the scary part to the end, I think it would have been a better movie and we would have been able to accept it a whole lot more for what it was. So hear me out. Dave Chappelle isn't throwing. Wait, listen. Dave Chappelle isn't throwing joke after joke after joke after joke after joke.
You're right.
And so he just so he's this slow build, and he's just kind of talking, and he's sitting there, and you get relaxed and you get comfortable, and then Pow! He hit
exactly,
you with the joke.
though. It hits hard, and it's a good joke. I feel like this built up to something that was just kind of mediocre.
No, even Dave Chappelle's like mediocre jokes, they're that much more funny because there's a build up there. And I think with this one, there was a lot of jump scares that were in place that had no build up. It was just for the sake of having a jump scare. And the disturbing moments that should have been very disturbing in addition to being scared, it didn't do that because we already got jump scared.
Yeah.
So the giant woman that looked very similar to the lady in Barbarian there.
Yep, you're right. Less titties.
Less titties. Her face was very disturbing. Her ripping off faces were disturbing. Cutting of necks was disturbing.
Yeah.
And just leaving it at that versus just jump over. The only jump scare that should have been there is the one that was on the commercial when she twisted her neck upside down and it was
even that I thought was cheap, and that was literally on the screen for what? Half a second, and my first thought in my brain was that looks like Play-Doh. That was really poorly executed.
No, you're absolutely right. But remember,
I'm scared.
No, that's in her mind though. And so with that, my thing is, no, I don't mind the jump scare every once in a while, but every 5 seconds, I'm not a scary movie person.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of poking at. So I was like this the whole time.
And again, for me, it was a lot of poking for a dud. Even each sequence of poking,
right?
The thing that was leading up to wasn't
right. But yeah, I think, and I think they should have put more emphasis, put more emphasis on the mental health and in the hospital.
They should have tied that together a lot better.
Yeah, they didn't do. I don't think.
I know what they were setting up for, but it didn't.
Because that was Barbarian was a social commentary, and
this
Smile. Right. And Smile was supposed to be commentary on mental health.
Yes.
And we get it because we had a discussion, but I don't think if I talked to you about it, I wouldn't be like,
yeah,
whatever. I would have walked away with, man, that girl crazy.
Yeah.
And I would just left it at crazy, but I wouldn't have kept on but because we talk all the time, we're like, oh, okay, that was definitely mental health, and you need to get your mental health checked out. So with that being said, I think that is true with what she did, but I'm not giving it away, but fully, because there will be a few spoilers. It is what it is. But
trying to tiptoe around it.
We're trying to tiptoe around it because this one just came out. So tiptoeing around it, her mother shouldn't have been as involved with the mental health issue the way they did it. If they were going to involve the mother, they should have spilled it all out at the very beginning, showing what the issue was and why she has mental health, and then move up to the reason why I am trying to help people with mental health is because I have it and my mother has it, and I want a better understanding of it.
Because they set that up like she was.
Going back.
It was a negative motivation for her to be in the career that she was in, not that she had a grasp of it. And,
and then the mystical piece of it, it would have been more mystical, even though it was, there's a lot of, it's a spirit passing itself on to the next person by death or what have you. Again, didn't give anything away there. Yeah, but it's at the end of the day, it would have been easier to tie in, hey, the people on the outside saw this. And they saw a crazy person losing their mind because they were overworked.
Exactly.
But instead, it just shows one crazy person relating it back to their mom, and looks like she was going to have an affair. So that's kind of like,
I think too, like if their metaphors and the way they personified like mental health issues conflicted with each other. So either she was plagued by this issue because of her lack of resolution with the way her mom passed and her guilt associated with that, and this is her monster, or this is just a monster that jumps from person to person to person.
Right, you have to choose.
Or if they were going to link those two things together, it jumps from person who has some kind of trauma in their background that they didn't properly deal with. They needed to link that together more. Well, because now the two layers contradict each other.
The way I would have wrote that movie is, and now this is a half spoiler, so. This is 30. No. It's a 2-minute spiel. I was about to say 30 seconds of what, and I'm not giving it away, but I'm saying how I would have wrote that movie. I would have wrote the movie as the demon having her mom first, and that's the thing that was driving her crazy. And then she killed herself in front of somebody else, not her kids. And then that passed the spirit along. And then the spirit ultimately came back, kind of circle of light came back to her.
She's kind of the start of it.
And she's like, my mom wasn't crazy, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I realized at this point, mom was like this. And she goes back and tells her sister. The reason why mom was crazy was because of this spirit, not because she had mental health, but because her mom had mental health and it's hereditary. They don't believe her or listen to her.
Right. That she's dealing with something else.
Exactly.
Right.
So that would have made more sense in bringing it back around to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I agree.
And that would have made more sense.
Like we said, so far we pointed out 3 different areas where things just didn't connect the right way.
Right.
Or weren't structured the right way. So agreed. I felt like this was an attempt. Like, I feel like a lot of the horror movies now are really complex. They're really well executed. Just the depth of horror movies and stuff now is a lot better than it was decades ago.
It is.
And this is a movie that would have been this one. As I'm saying, this one is a little bit more simple, more something a couple decades back. Like we've blown past this in complexity, and this just wasn't complex enough. Yeah. And then what was it? I feel like also, let me know if I just missed this. I feel like in a lot of horror movies, especially if it's some kind of witch or a spirit or a ghost or whatever, that they usually go back decades, centuries back to tell you why that person died with such anger and how their spirit then just continued moving on through with all these issues. Yeah. And I don't remember them explaining, why is the spirit mad? Why isn't it jumping from person to person?
Right. They didn't.
How did it start?
And maybe they'll do like a sequel.
They better not do a sequel for this one.
For Smile?
No.
You don't think it deserves a sequel?
I mean, spoiler. They're going to do a sequel.
Yeah. I mean, it makes two.
But I don't think it's worth a sequel.
If the original Candyman can get 2 other sequels.
The original Candyman is different than this.
No, absolutely not. The original Candyman, I'm not going to say it was awful. It's a cult classic. I'll kind of leave it at that.
It's a cult classic,
I think
this one's not going to be a cult classic.
I think Smile is a modern day cult classic if they put 2 more. Or for that matter, if they can make Final Destination multiple Final Destination.
Those well. Those were good.
Final Destination was awful.
I want to see another trick.
Super Monsters here. That started. But the no, if they can make Jason go on for,
they shouldn't have. I agree, that one should not have been.
It's like 20 films. Freddy Krueger, 20 films. I'm just exaggerating. I don't know. Halloween. Yes. We do not have modern day slashers or modern day horror films. I mean, paranormal. Let's name them. Paranormal Activity.
All of the, in my mind, Insidious, those are all made by the same people. Right? Are they?
Exactly. I'm not sure.
Paranormal Activity, Insidious.
Maybe The Ring, if you want, but that was back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
And I can't think of too many other ones that are out there that are like, yo, this is our Freddy Krueger of our time. You know,
sorry to bother you.
With
the horse.
Yeah, but they're not making sequels of that though. So it's like, I think Smile is something that can definitely start that Smile. They said Smile in space. Yes, I think Smile could go in space. The demon could go into space and kill people, and then it starts killing. And then aliens can come in. And I'm like,
that's a terrible image. Aliens smiling like that. And I'm like, hey, I picture the aliens smiling like on the commercial with their mouth open.
Yeah.
But they got little mini chiclet teeth.
Yeah.
Because my brain was like, what do alien teeth look like if they smile?
They got tons of
that's terrible.
Or the little what is the Animorph? Is it called an Animorph? The one from Aliens, the movie. What is it called? I don't know what those little aliens called. Or you know what that reminded me? See, this is how my brain works. All right, so I was watching this video or whatever, and it was a hypnotist, and he said, 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna snap my fingers, and you're an alien, and it was a black dude, chubby black dude, right?
Oh God, it's terrible.
and he goes, so how do you like Earth? And he's like.
That's the best blackmail. Like, did you ever gonna argue with me?
And the dude,
press play.
And the dude was like nodding his head
yes.
like, yeah. At some point, it's like, what's wrong with you, man?
That's horrible.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. That was a little tangent.
Chiclet teeth aliens and Hypnotist.
But anyways, no, but we just I don't think we have that type of thing. Like,
what's I think we don't have movies, we have series, like Netflix series. I thought The Haunting of Hill House is one that's a classic of our time. It was really well executed. What's the other one that made by the same people?
American Horror Story is one. Does that count?
American Horror Story is another one.
Let's see, again. Now here it is again. When I say of our time, we can talk about just these scary, but who's the scary person? Like, I'm gonna dress up as Insidious today. Like, you're not dressing up as these guys.
The Purge.
Right? You're not. Yeah, the Purge. Maybe Purge is that's a slasher film, right?
Saw.
Technically, but even Slash is a suspense thriller, and like, you put them in the horror category, but it's not like a horror film necessarily. So I mean, we can put Jigsaw in there. I'll give you that one, but. Man, you had Leatherface. Where's the pet flies coming from? Jesus Christ. We had Freddy Krueger, Jason, Halloween. We had Pinhead. We had Hellraiser. There was a lot of stuff between I would say the mid '80s all the way up to the latter part of the '90s, and it just kind of died off. And like Scream, that was still the '90s.
I need to go back and watch Scream again.
Yeah, matter of fact, we got a list.
That wasn't my style of scary movie. So like, my dad and I used to watch scary movies all the time. It was our thing. So we never watched those ones though. So I was
Yeah.
So I've seen them in passing, but not enough to pay attention to.
So let's see here. The movies that we forgot about one. Last night we watched Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Now, did you like that?
I liked it. I liked it, but in my mind, even though I know it's a family movie, in my mind it's still a scary movie. It's still a horror movie. It's still Halloween themed.
It's still,
even though it's a family movie. So I forget that it's a family themed movie. So there's gonna be not lovey-dovey. There's gonna be sentiment. There's gonna be emotions. There's gonna be positive life lessons. And I'm like, this is not what I want from a horror movie. I had to mentally reclassify it. It's not a horror movie. It's a family movie. Right. It just happens to have Halloween themes.
Right. So I don't disagree with that. But after seeing movies like from the 80s and 90s, like Witches, that was
I loved that.
That was
the first time I saw that was when you showed it to me over here.
That was kind of.
I can't believe you watched that as a kid.
Yeah, it give you nightmares.
I want to watch that again.
I don't know if you've seen Ernest Scared Stupid or not.
No.
Oh, let me tell you about that one. All right. So Ernest Scared Stupid, from what I remember of it, it's about Ernest. You remember the little TV show Ernest, and you dress up as different characters. Neither here nor there. But he goes around, and there's this spirit tree or whatever, and every X amount of years,
like Pocahontas.
No, every year or so, it just jumps. It has monsters come out of this tree or whatever, and
it's a terrible image.
So Ernest goes around trying to save the town from these big troll things, and what the thing that the trolls need is love. So it's kind of the ending.
Get out.
It's crazy.
You see the way my face dropped?
But hold on. So it's a scary. So hear me out when I talk about this scary movie. The movie was freaking scary. It's like this big Bigfoot thing, and there was snot oozing out of its nose and stuff.
See, I don't
like that.
Stuff. That's not
and
scary.
Then,
that's gross to me.
It was disturbing. And so at the end, Ernest showing love. He kisses him on the lip, right? Not on the lips, on the upper lip. And he kisses it, and the snot stretches off his. So see, they're saying in the chat it was a very scary movie, and they just don't make movies like that anymore. But Hocus Pocus, the first one, it wasn't really scary either. But I don't know whoever wrote iCarly and all those BS type TV shows, it was clear they had a hand in this TV show also, not TV show, but this movie also, and it just didn't hit the same. Like, I
had to give myself an allowance for that too, and say we're adults, so it's not gonna hit the same.
No, I'm not.
If it hits a fraction of the amount, then it's probably good.
Absolutely not. I'm not into.
Kids liked it.
They did, but they're kids. They don't.
It's supposed to be right. It's a family movie,
but they haven't experienced our type of family movie. So like, all right. So here it is, and hear me out.
This is
Karate Kid was written very well, and it was written in the same style of its time, right?
Okay.
So that makes sense. Okay. Alongside with Power Rangers, when they made a Power Ranger movie, it made sense to write it a specific way and thus not making it corny. There's corny moments
just to check the box,
right?
Yeah.
But there was a lot of slapstick humor in there, or a lot of the doors are opening up.
But I thought that was the character of the witches. They were silly and
no, because back in the 90s they had self-opening doors then too. So when he came out in 1993, there were doors that opened by themselves. This isn't a new thing. So they would have seen that. They would have seen
really?
that. Yes.
Like at CBS, like you walk up and there's a sensor and they open.
Yes, it's
I
always
bet that
been
was
like
the bee's knees then.
No, because they had it in the 80s too. What are you talking about?
This
isn't a new thing. This isn't a new thing.
Really?
It's been around for a long time.
I was 3, so it's not like I would know.
I don't.
So the malls had doors that open by themselves in 93?
Not necessarily a mall, but
just
they had
rich places.
They're just regular places. They had. It's like
we're off topic. I'm sorry.
Don't have me open this. Don't have me open this up, man. You're making me open this up to make. When did
it was Macy's was the first mall store that had automatically open doors.
Automatic doors.
1954. Brown Rod Dad says the automatic door was in 1954.
Yes. So again, it's been around.
That's funny.
That's not a new. That's not a new thing. It's just.
So the point you were making though about it with
it's corny.
Cobra Kai, was it Cobra Kai?
No, it's with Hocus Pocus.
Oh.
It's corny. It's not.
It's Hocus Pocus.
No, it's not written in a way like you can be corny, but make Karate Kid is corny.
No, it's cool.
No, it's very corny, but that's what makes it cool because it's like, hey, this is
only person. The whole movie wasn't corny. The corniness is limited to what's the blonde guy's name?
No, it's not.
It is all his one-liners.
Go back and watch Karate Kid. The whole thing is corny, and that show is written just like Karate Kid. That's what makes it cool because it's written in a similar style as that. Whereas this movie is written like iCarly with a whole bunch of slapstick and like adults being silly. I'm not a fan of adults being silly.
But that's the audience is.
Okay. Cool.
But here's the thing. So that's the point too, though, is if you're remaking a movie that the original audience of the movie are now adults, you can make it for us.
You can make it for
like don't gear it toward the kids of today. We're the ones going to see this. Yeah. And
then also again go back and watch the original Hocus Pocus, and you're gonna be like, oh, there was sexual innuendos and all sorts of this. This was just pure. They took a TV show and they said, here's your TV show. But you know what? We're not gonna make this a series. Just gonna make a movie.
Crash it all into a movie.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. I don't think I like that. I didn't like that at all. But was it good, wholesome fun?
Exactly.
Sure. Sure, why not?
We have to have a couple of horror movies that the kids can watch with us.
I'm only gonna watch that one once.
Yeah, no, that's not worth a rewatch. I'm not buying that one. It's not going on the shelf with all the others that are classics that I really like. No.
Yeah, so now, see, even Brown Rod Dad, he agrees with me on this one. It's not my brand. Yes. So the next one we watched earlier today.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it in Discord. Nobody showed up yesterday for the one, and my feelings were hurt a little bit, but that's okay. That's all right. We can start a thing every day this month. We're gonna watch a new scary movie.
Yeah.
Daily. Yeah. We're gonna start that around 7:00 ish, maybe 7:30. Depends what's going on. If it shifts, I'll let you know. But generally, that's what I plan on doing. But today, me and Candace, we watched Fear Street 1994 Part 1.
Was that the beginning? Is that what the first one? And so when it was done,
it says Part 1.
I know. Well, I'm confused though because the one that was advertised after it. You know how Netflix will move on and start advertising the next one.
They were giving us the prequel.
The one that says 1978.
They're giving a prequel, the origin story.
Okay, so it's the second movie, but it was a prequel. So the next one that we're gonna watch is a prequel.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, even that one. So this is my point. That movie missed explaining the beginning of the girl. Right, so I assume this prequel is going to go back and show us the initial monster, right?
And that's why I'm saying.
That's why my issue is with Smile, is it didn't explain the beginning of the girl.
Smile could go. That's how they do things these days.
Look, if they do that, they need to do it well, because it wasn't a good enough movie for me to want to go watch a second movie made on the same storyline. Anyway, so I'm veering off. I liked this one, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this one a horror film. It was a slasher.
No, it wasn't.
It was a good slasher. It was, you know what? It was Stranger Things.
Yes.
With blood and brains and people actually like dying
violently and graphically, but not disturbingly. Again, like this one wasn't disturbing. It was just graphic.
No, that one was freaking disturbing when they put her head in the meat grinder and it split her head. And,
that was disturbing. I forgot about that one.
No, it was like 6 different like slices of meat, right?
Spaghetti.
No, it wasn't. She just and her head was started to like fold over like
that
bread.
That was a really graphic one.
But that was a
even
pretty
that
graphic.
one didn't strike me as disturbing. And if it did, it was the only mildly disturbing part of the whole movie. The rest of it was very much just gore slasher, and I was okay with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think but I did, like I said, I did like it. The black people didn't die first. They didn't die at all, actually. They still,
even though he was trying to set himself up to get like blinded by the love aspect of it.
Yeah, just a lot of unexpected deaths in there. Like I was like, oh yeah, we got 15 minutes left in the movie. We're good. Kill, boom. You know what? Double kill.
Right.
Boom.
Plot twist.
Oh, God darn, there's a lot of killing here. That was there was a lot of it.
But I thought that it still was. I thought that the layers of what the monster was and how the monster was executing, I thought that was good also.
Yeah. It definitely was.
Yeah. Because they matched up slasher with some ghost type stuff, which presumably they'll explain in the next one. So I'm expecting more ghost stuff in the 1978 one.
Going back to Smile was presented as a mystical, spiritual one, whereas with this Fear Street one, it is what it is. We like killing things. Forget, there was a small piece of it that was a spiritual aspect, but they didn't hone in and focus on it and try to trace down the spirit.
I think, and like you said, I think they'll do that in the next one, in the prequel one.
In the what?
Of the of the Fear Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, like you said, they didn't go figure out what the monster was and dig into that, but they'll do it in the next one.
No. That's not what I'm saying. So like the whole film, when she finally got and Smile, as soon as she found out she'd been cursed, the whole rest of the film was her trying to figure out how she got cursed. Whereas this one, they
figured out what was going on
as they were going.
But the rest of trying to get out of the imminent danger took up the rest of the movie.
Right.
So they didn't spend a lot of time researching.
Exactly.
Got it.
And they didn't research until they did small. Hey, I'm going to go research, guys. All right, this is what it is. Oh, we got to figure. And then
I feel like this was more realistic though.
What's up?
Like in Smile, where she's like taking road trips and like eating lunch and stuff. I'm like, it was what, 4-day turnaround for that, right? Was the timeline on her? There was a lot of just dead time in there. And I'm like, how are you operating? And there's a monster chasing after you. The timeline of that was really long. I feel like this is more realistic. Whereas now this is all happening in one night, ma'am.
So when you have mental health issues, it's gonna be like that though. You're not always. I don't want to use the word crazy, but I guess for lack of better words right now, you're not always out of your mind, right? You're not always. You're not. It's every once in a while you're not in your right mind. So like the first part
with the metaphor there.
Yeah. So keeping part with like dementia, right? When someone has dementia, they're not always in it. Especially in the first parts of it, they're like they'll repeat themselves and all that, and then weave in and out of it. It starts as time goes on. It starts to get worse and worse and worse, but it's not an immediate thing. So I mean, Smile, I think it made sense. I just didn't like her going from person to person to person. I wish it was more of a, first, besides what we just discussed earlier, probably 3 people get killed before you get to the therapist. So we're following a person for 10 minutes.
That backstory would have been good.
Follow a person for 10 minutes. Boom, they're dead. Like, what is this movie about? Next person. Like, okay, this is what the movie's about. Boom, dead. And then the third person, like, yo, come on. Like, so like Hellraisers is like that. They kind of gave a backstory, and then boom, he's dead. It's like, yo, I thought I was following this dude, and then you go to the next one. Boom! He's dead again. What?
Like, who am I supposed to be drawing an emotional connection to?
Right. So then finally, the girl, it was her dad, and he's like, "Come to daddy." I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that one in detail. That one I saw when I was younger, and I don't remember it.
Hellraiser's it's a good one to go back and revisit.
Okay.
But it's more like cringy and gory than it is scary.
Mm-hmm. Wait, but there's a trailer for another one.
Yeah, there's another one.
You mentioned that today. What was it though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
But
yeah, my dad had mentioned it.
But yeah, the point here is that I think I would have been cool if there was a little bit more killing in Smile, a little bit more deaths. I thought she was going to kill her husband, but she didn't kill her husband. Not only like it wasn't her husband, it was fiance, but I felt there was a level of cheating that she was doing because she kept on going to her ex-boyfriend or whatever, and then she gave the critter to the ex-boyfriend, and I'm like, yo, that like I didn't like that.
I mean,
not saying like I never was on her side to begin. Like as soon as I saw when the dude came to her place of work, right, and he's like, oh, I just want to see how you're doing after the thing. He's like, what are you doing here? Bye. And I was like, all right, cool. Then she went to homeboy's house. I was like, oh, I'm done. I hope you die. You know? I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not on your team.
Yeah, exactly. And Stephen the Fly, it's like he's all over the place, and I don't know why Stephen the Fly is all over the place, but he's getting on my nerves.
So there was a fly last time too, right?
Yeah, and I remember I got him, and I thought flies die in the fall, but clearly they don't. We need a fly emote. Yeah, we probably do. But no, I think that. But back to Fear Street, 1994. I think that was a really good one. I liked it. I want to see the 1978 one, and
I like the actors in there too. Yeah, one girl.
They weren't overacting or anything like that. So the next one that we're gonna watch on tomorrow. Let me make sure. I'm gonna look that up. Real quick, and you carry on. Let me find that real quick.
Sorry, so one other thing we didn't hit. I'm not going to say I'm like a cinematography like nerd or snob or anything, because I definitely don't study that stuff. But I like when movies do it well enough to notice. So Smile did a really good job of creatively doing camera angles and like the way like it'll focus on you and then turn the corner or something real fast. And the other reason why Smile was scary to some extent, like I didn't dream about it at nighttime or think about it past when we left the movie and said, oh, this is dumb. But like I like scary movies that you're kind of thinking about it later. And Barbarian was one that you sit and think about later. Smile was not that for me. But even outside of that stuff, the other stuff that I liked was when it did its jump scares. Some of them were audio jump scares and some of them were visual jump scares. And they really did a good job of switching them up on you. So it'll like do camera work to like zoom in on a face or something, and you're leaning in to think like, oh my God, it's going to smile or something. You're focusing on their face and it rings a doorbell.
Right.
Or the phone rings or something. So, and they flip-flop those a couple of times to where I thought that it made it scarier than it would have been otherwise.
Right. Smile had a lot of scares that were just loud. For no
really
reason.
loud. So that I left with a headache. I didn't like that. Even though I liked how they played with it, it was just loud for no reason.
Right. It's very loud.
Yeah.
So the next one that I think we should watch is called Don't Listen.
Somebody else said something about this. What did I hear that?
Daniel and Sarah have a 9-year-old son, Eric. And they've just moved to a new home, and not knowing the neighbor, call it the House of the Voices. Eric is the first one to notice the odd noises behind each door.
So wait, are there themed rooms? Is that what I'm picking up?
I don't know.
There's one room that goes, oh yeah. And another room that goes, and another room that's just fart noises. And they're mad, but they're not scared. Like every time they gotta go to the laundry room, it's a different weird noise, like some kid burping. That's a plot twist. It's not scary, it's silly. And they're just really irritated.
I'm glad you don't write movies.
I'm gonna write movies, and it's gonna be, what's that one movie that was like a compilation of a whole bunch of silly things. Like there was a couple that went out on a date, and the guy had a scrotum sack on his neck, and the woman could see it, and everybody else was acting like they couldn't see it. That was one of the, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking. I didn't watch all that one.
I thought that one was great.
I did not like that. It's called Movie 43.
Movie 43. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, tell me that wasn't good. So I feel like I started watching that one day when I wasn't, like, not really paying attention. Whatever. I thought it was dumb. And then I watched it again another day and actually sat through and watched it, and it was hilarious. I thought it was really, really good, and, like, nobody else said anything about it. I thought it was really funny.
I'm not into that style of movie.
I'm not usually either, but it was hilarious. Anyways, that's the kind of movie I'm going to write.
That's fair.
A scary movie where every house has a different noise.
I'm gonna let you do that, but don't listen.
When it comes out in a few years.
That's the one. This was on 2020. Was released 2020.
See, I have a movie age bias. Yeah. I don't like movies that aren't within the last like year and a half.
I'm with you on that because it really shows that it's dated.
Right, and I like how things look visually.
No, I don't disagree.
And some stuff looks bad.
It got 6.1 out of 10. That's over 5. So I can. Let's see. Is there anything on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, that's my go-to. Like, I like that. I'm sure other rating sites do it too. I just don't look at them. But I like that Rotten Tomatoes, you can look at critics' reviews and actually read their reviews on what they're looking at versus the audience. Because when you, I've seen a lot of them that are flip-flop where the critics will like it and the audience hates it or vice versa. And you go through and read the critics' reviews about what they liked about it or didn't like. And a lot of movies they review in the context of other movies produced by the same people or written by the same people. And I'm like, I'm not here for that. I just want to know, am I going to like the movie by itself?
Right.
So I don't usually agree with the critics.
So let's see. It says, don't listen. Tomato meter, 63%. Audience score, 62. So, I mean, I think it might be worth our time. So,
For me, the tiebreaker, so if it's like a mid-rated movie, then I go to see, is it my kind of movie? If it's not, and it's mid-rated, I'm probably not going to watch it. So, drama horror. Okay.
Drama horror.
Now we need to know what the sounds are he hears. Because how many different ghost sounds can there be? Like, they have like a 2-bedroom home and they just go back and forth between like a little girl's screeching voice and she's a mean little girl ghost in a white dress and a really deep voice monster. But what if they have like a house that has like 8 rooms? How many different ghost voices could there possibly be?
I'm going to let you have that one. I'm definitely gonna let you have. Now, 13th.
I know I'm overthinking this.
Yeah, like 13th Ghost. You remember seeing that?
Yes.
Right? That I mean, they all made different noises and different sounds. So I mean, you can kind of go from there and try to figure out that one.
Interesting.
Is that?
Don't peek. Okay, let's look at some of these. Yeah. Malevolent. We saw that, didn't we?
Did we see that? I don't think I see. No,
Malevolent.
No, that's not. This isn't.
Wait,
the Disney
Malevolent
movie. No, this is not.
No, I remember. It's right. It's the one that's made by this Insidious people.
All right. Okay.
Well, I think.
So, but that's on. That's going to be on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Bye Bye Man is going to be on Wednesday.
That one sounds like it's going to have a dumb plot.
Yeah, it sounds dumb. Uma.
I read that one was good. I like the actress in that.
Thursday. And then The Right is going to be on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday, we come back around.
I'm already ready for that one.
1978 is on next Saturday. And we'll be watching it together in Discord. Yes. Ghost Dad, Bill made all kinds of sounds. He said,
okay.
Shoo-dee-woo-bop.
Okay.
He said, let my pudding pops.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, but that's what we'll be watching. So, boom, hand me those cards over there. So moving on, I have like a podcast deck here that I got a long time ago, and now I officially can make use of them. And I wanted to go, well, more specifically, Candace, she had made mention of this and saying, hey, let's take these podcast cards and see what we can do with them. So that's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a quick break, though?
You need to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll be right back.
Right back.
With more of the podcast. All right. Wait. Before you can't go yet. Wait a minute. Are you doing Japanese horror? I think that we have a few Japanese horror on the list. I'll post the list on Discord. In a
House of Horror marathon. Ooh.
House of Horror marathon. That's rough.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I've watched a lot of those.
Not only a lot of them, a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of them. Oh, it's Bugs. What's up,
hey,
girl?
Bugs.
Bugs is here. Blow kisses. Blocked it. You don't get no blow kisses.
Funny. I mean, yeah. So, TBD said Nightmare on Elm Street is tradition. You're right. Like, I feel obligated to watch it, even though I don't necessarily want to.
Yeah.
But you feel obligated.
Or the one that I liked was Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yes. We didn't watch that one last year. We got to keep on track.
Linus, like the Great Pumpkin and stuff. And, Lucy. Is it Lucy? No, what is Charlie's little sister's name? I can't remember her name, but she gets so pissed because Snoopy comes out there acting like the Great Pumpkin, and all he does is oh, and he's like the Great Pumpkin. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's funny.
So let's do this card deck for Would You Rather.
Okay.
And see what we can get out of this. And now this is the part where we're not winging it, but it's being a little bit more spontaneous because we got to get Candace a little bit more spontaneous on these podcasts. She's doing a good job today, but I'm not saying she was doing a bad job any other day.
He
but
knows
we're gonna
me
get it.
That's y'all saw. I was like, I didn't do a good job last time.
We're being spontaneous.
We're doing mental activities because I just don't.
She doesn't go. Like typically I'm just
cohesively
like
anyway.
I'm just like boop. Hey, I got an idea in my head. Boop. And she, like I said, this one right here, you did a little bit more of that. I'm like, good job.
But I feel like it was more of something that I'm familiar with. It's easy to talk about opinions about movies.
You can talk about opinions about anything you want. As long as you're not asking me questions in the middle of me trying to transition and then expect me to have a legit answer.
That's how I'm gonna win in a debate. I'm just gonna ask you when you're like pressing buttons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna shuffle this. We're not gonna do all of them. We'll do a few of them, and we have a full-on discussion about this.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Acid Train's in the building. What's up, man? How's it going? Hope all is well with you. Oh, you got money. Get the large. Oh, thank you. All right. So the first. Okay. So the first one. Wear adult diapers the rest of your life, or never wear underwear again.
That's easy. I could no underwear. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Why?
I mean, but here's. I mean, like that's you just got one less layer of clothes on. Like I'm still wearing clothes. I'm still comfortable.
So it's cold, and I've turned you on. Now you got frozen stuff down there.
Charles. No.
That's not how it works?
No. No, maybe.
It's that special time and you're wearing white jeans.
I'm sorry, not enough to just like freeze and... Okay. That's weird. That's a weird take. That's just a weird take.
So that's what I'm talking about.
But the adult diapers wouldn't necessarily be bad either. Like if they make some adult diapers now that are like nice and look nice for the elderly ladies and make your butt look big.
They do.
Make your butt look saggy, but
I guess the question is, if you're in adult diapers, would you actually use the adult diaper?
See, because here's the problem. Here's what's not written on that card. Is there a need for the, like, I can still use the bathroom, right? They're not like implying that I have some issues.
That's what I'm saying. So
no underwear all day.
No underwear all day.
Yeah.
So
what about
you don't mind having
that's less of a problem for me than for you. No, the no underwear would be no problem.
For me, that means I have to powder up a lot for chafing. Right. And then also in the winter times, it's gonna be ridiculously cold.
Well, yeah, because you guys' pants aren't tight. Like we wear leggings and tight stuff. And
I mean, well, do thermals count as underwear?
Yes, they're called thermal underwear.
So that means no bras for you either.
Yeah, actually, I guess no underwear would include no bras.
No
That's
bra.
Fine.
So, are there any other types of pant? Like
do those? You know the Nike shorts that have like the
compression shorts? Do they count?
No, because they're not underwear. But then again, you're not supposed to wear those just out like the jiu-jitsu dude.
Right. So boom, you like. Or for that matter, like if you had pants that had ball catchers in it,
right? Or like my running shorts. Have
absolutely. Like I got.
They're not technically underwear though.
Right. I have like my military shorts for PT.
That'd be terrible.
They're They have ball catchers in it, so you don't have to like wear underwear if you don't want to. I advise. But
they're not underwear. They're ball catchers.
They're ball catchers.
So they're still in there.
So
that would be my whole new wardrobe.
So a bunch of ball catchers and booby catchers and stuff.
Yeah, like a tank top that has a shelf already built into it.
Yeah,
it's not technically a bra.
Yeah. So you have to find a whole lot of that and layer up and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So no diapers.
No diapers.
No diapers at all.
Yes.
All right, your turn.
Okay. All right. You want to cut the deck? All right. This one's put ketchup or ranch dressing on everything you eat.
Ketchup or ranch? I'm choosing between ketchup and ranch.
Yes.
I'm going to choose ketchup.
Why?
Because ketchup's flavor stays consistent no matter what brand
You're right.
Ranch.
You're right.
Ranch changes every single brand.
And it swings wide.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this one's a little bit more bitter. This one's sweet. This one tastes like carrots.
This one, you're right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Like, I do not like Hidden Valley Ranch.
Yeah. So I like the butter. I like their buttermilk ranch.
I don't like any.
That one's decent.
No. I like Hidden Valley. It's Wishbone. The Wishbone ranch is nasty.
I'm not as fond as Kraft Ranch. Kraft Ranch is
I like
tough.
the Kraft Ranch.
It's really, really, really tough. See, they're all saying ketchup.
And ketchup.
Also.
Yep, and ketchup doesn't need to be refrigerated. I already put ketchup on most things.
You get the cranch
because I'm fancy. Cranch. That's funny.
That's not a bad idea to get the. Hey, can I get some cranch?
The waitress is like, what?
No, the waitress wouldn't even. She do. You know what I'm talking about when the boys, more specifically the youngest one, does something stupid. She's not a stupid guy. I'm saying he does some stupid thing.
A little silly sometimes.
And you just go.
The middle one likes to talk in a British accent.
And it's not British.
And he'll do it real subtly, just enough for us to know what's going on. Like, stop.
Yeah.
I'm in the background saying, I'm sorry.
Anywho.
Yes. So we have cranch and no underwear.
Yeah. Cranch, no underwear. Okay. Is this one card? Are the card stuck? No.
Plot twist.
Wear a onesie 24/7 for a year.
Ooh.
Or a horse head costume for a month straight.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
And who came up with this?
They're silly, but they're tough. They're silly, but
I'd probably have to go with the onesie as well.
You're going to go for the onesie?
And Brown Red Dad are on onesie. I'm on onesie. There's some variety there. Like, can you imagine your face getting sweaty wearing a horse head costume in the summer?
It says for a month, though. It didn't say which month.
Oh, you're right. Do you get to pick the month?
I'm assuming so. I'm going to say yes.
Can you imagine the condensation?
Because remember,
and it smells like that weird plastic.
Listen. Wear onesie 24/7 for a year, or horsehead costume for a month straight.
Do I get to pick out multiple onesies, or is it one onesie?
I know it doesn't say. That's the catch. You got to make it yours. So I would choose the horsehead because it doesn't say 24/7. It just says horsehead costume for a month straight. So if I'm just going out and about.
You're right. It didn't say 24/7 on the horse head.
I'm like, all right, I got a horse head. I'm trying to protect myself from
COVID.
No,
you're gonna get arrested and beat up.
I think I can figure it out. I think I can figure it out. And they're like, sir.
Like, no one's going to bat an eye at a person wearing a onesie.
Like,
they also didn't specify what kind of onesie.
Why do you have a horse head on? I don't want to catch COVID.
I just have to.
No, I don't want to catch. That's going to be what I say. I don't want to catch COVID.
I mean, because people were doing some weird stuff with their masks.
Stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Someone had like a bucket on their face.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on. so it looks like we got a lot of onesies here.
Yes.
So all right, onesies. The chat says onesie. All right, your turn.
Yes. Okay. All right. Have your most embarrassing photos posted on Facebook or accidentally fall in public and go video viral.
I'll fall in public.
I'll fall in public too because I will look good doing it.
Because
they're like, dang, that girl who fell was fine.
Embarrassing photos. A lot of my photos are nudes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of mine are.
Just kidding. I'm gonna act like I didn't know that. Yeah, there's not really many embarrassing photos.
No, I don't have any embarrassing.
Like
photos.
Even when someone takes an off photo and have makeup done, I'm hair done, I'm embarrassed.
If a couple dictures leak, I'm gonna be upset.
Why? To be proud. You should be proud.
Because there's a level of dignity.
You should say yes. There's a level of
dignity, and I don't want to embarrass anybody else. But I'm like, I'm not adequate enough. But but you know, I don't know. I think I don't want. I don't know. I'm a little modest in that area and walking around. I wear a Speedo, but I'm not gonna let I think the two things I don't want nobody to see is my booty hole,
Charles,
and in my genitals. I think that's Those are two
the graphic.
Things. So I rather just fall down and go viral.
Yeah.
As long as like fall down and doo-doo gets in my face, not that
kind.
But
if you fall down, you like get up smooth and like do a dance like it was choreographed or something.
Either way. So,
yeah.
All right, so
your turn.
My turn.
Yep.
Oh, this one sucks. Have deep dish pizza or thin crust.
Wow, that could have gone a lot of ways.
Yeah, I know,
I was like, where are we going with this? Have what? How deep dish pizza?
Say that 3 times 5.
Deep dish pizza. Deep dish pizza.
Okay.
Now, what was it?
So,
have
or thin crust. Which one would you prefer?
Have deep dish pizza or thin crust?
Yeah.
Define deep dish, like not pan,
it's
like deep dish. Stuff, yeah. No, thin crust.
You like thin crust? I
don't like deep. I don't really like thin crust. I like hand tossed, but I definitely don't like deep dish. You don't like a
bready pizza?
The most breadiness I want is because in my mind, deep dish isn't like thick bread. It's like kind of thick bread and then layers and layers and layers of cheese and sauce and pepperoni.
That's
I don't like that.
That's not necessarily deep dish. Deep dish is almost made like lasagna.
Pizza pie.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'd rather have thin crust. If I have to pick, I want hand toss.
But like thin crust tastes like I've had good thin crust, but like most thin crust that I've had is crackers with pizza sauce on.
You're right, it is.
So I would have.
I wouldn't choose that, but I choose it over deep dish.
You choose it over deep dish.
Mm-hmm.
Ah man, that's a rough one for me. Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna have to go with deep dish. See, you got more people saying deep dish.
Right, I've never had New York style deep dish.
So that's why we're going to go to
New York. Is it deep dish in New York?
Oh, it's your turn.
Okay, all right. Brick oven pizza, yeah, that's good. Okay, get a shoulder massage or a foot massage. That's easy.
Whichever.
This one isn't challenging. I guess there's a variety. There's some
weird
stuff in here.
Whichever one gives me a happy ending.
Charles. If you're happy with a foot and a shoulder massage. Shoulder massage, easy, done.
It ends. I'm very ticklish on my feet, so I'm gonna have to go shoulder massage. It didn't say if I was gonna get a happy ending or not. So shoulder massage is where we're gonna go.
But if you asked me when I was pregnant, I probably would have said feet.
You just said feet when you're pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Archie wasn't light.
He wasn't.
No.
I thought he was a normal sized kid.
He was a normal sized kid, but it didn't feel like it when I was pregnant.
Oh. Eat peanut butter and jelly or grilled cheese sandwiches every day.
Ooh, grilled cheese, easy. There's tons of different kinds of cheese. There's tons of different kinds of bread. They didn't say it couldn't have meat on it.
Tons of different types of jelly and different types of nuts of peanuts.
No, they specifically said peanut. There's chewy, or there's, what is it, crunchy and creamy.
I said that wrong. I said you have different styles of nutted butter. That's what I meant to say.
No, it didn't.
No. Have you had this nutted butter before? What?
Buttered nut, not nutted butter.
Nutted butter.
Buttered.
You can butter nuts.
You can butter nuts. Yeah. So it's a buttered nut paste,
but
not
it's a nutted butter.
A nutted.
You nut it. It's a nutted butter.
No. Which one's the verb?
I don't know.
Buttered.
Buttered. But that's
but
butter.
You made it into a paste and spreadable. Oh, okay. So it's a nut that you, anyways.
But he said PBJ all day. I'm saying, I'm gonna say grilled cheese with you.
Yes.
Because they didn't say the different types of grilled cheese, and if I can put ham on the grilled cheese, I'll be happy. And with peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly.
That's what you got. They're like, you can put bananas. I'm not a fan of bananas, so.
Yeah, that is one of. I'm sure there's more variations to that, but for me, that always
there's some gourmet sandwiches out
Grilled
there.
PB&J.
Yeah.
Meh.
All right.
Meh. Turn. All right, my turn. Have your voice sound like Elmo or Kermit the Frog. I just pictured you with both. That's hilarious. I think I prefer you.
Going, oh, boy.
Oh, that's irritating.
It is irritating.
Kermit the Frog.
I don't like you, Rocco.
Yeah, no, neither. Is that an option?
I don't think neither's an option. I'm going to go with Elmo because on the phone, I'm going to sound really cute. And
you're going to show up and they're going to say, like, Elmo? And you say, oh, that's me.
No, it's going to,
Elmo?
oh, that's me.
And they're like,
Yeah.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it is disturbing. It's like Kermit, like, his voice is really annoying. It's like very like in the back of your throat.
Yes.
Nasally type thing. And I don't
It makes it sound like everything you say, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
You're a know-it-all.
Folk here. Mm-hmm. Like, and it like he enunciates everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't like it.
And then when he doesn't yell, he goes, rah!
Mm-hmm. And that's irritating.
That's very irritating. And yeah, I'm gonna roll with Elmo on that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Next one.
All right. Face a fork in the road or be forced to pick between 3 doors.
What?
Ooh, that's a good one.
So, like, technically, they didn't say that you have to pick a path to take on the fork in the road. You just have to face it and say nope and turn around.
Nope. Facing means you have to pick one. You're faced with the challenge. You means you have to do it.
You can always close the door, so I'm going to pick the door. But I'm going to be really ready to close it. So, and here's the thing. Normally when you pick from doors, there's prizes in the back of them.
So let's do a scenario.
Not horror doors. Prize doors.
We're not going to do that. Let's do a scenario. All right. So scenario is you're trying to get to a destination, and there's two paths you have to choose from to get to that destination. Which one would you choose? Then same thing with the doors. You're late for work. Which would you rather choose? 3 doors to get to work, or would you rather choose a path to get to work and be late or not be late?
I'd pick the doors.
So you'd rather have doors, and then you're going down a windy hallway and have to go up steps instead of getting to the elevator?
Yes. Because then it just takes you a few minutes off track, I feel like.
Okay.
I mean, there's lots baked into the assumptions here, but in my mind, the doors were like stairs, elevator, escalator. None of them were bad choices. It's just one's better than the others. But they both will take you to whatever floor you're going to.
I guess.
A fork in the road veers different directions. So I'm just imagining that behind the doors is different.
I'm going to go for the fork in the road. I got a GPS. Your turn.
You didn't say that.
No?
Then I'm going to go with the fork in the road, too, because I have a GPS.
No, you didn't think of it, so.
So you can't establish and remove constraints, like for both of us, just you? Okay. Have your jaws wired shut for a month, drinking only out of a straw, or wear an eye patch for a year. I rock the mess out of an eye patch.
Yeah.
I would look fly. It would just be Halloween all year. But or people would be they would be scared to offend you, like if it's a real eye patch.
You don't have really good depth perception with the eye patch.
I work from home. I'll be all right. I can walk to the kids' school. I'll be okay.
And then it didn't say what let me make sure. Where just one eye patch for a whole year.
Or what was the other option?
You drink from a straw because your mouth's wired shut.
Because then talking is difficult. Like an eye patch could be super cool.
You're talking like Kanye.
Yes.
You want to be like Kanye.
And then you lose a whole bunch of weight because you could only drink liquids. Like, how are you going to have a cheeseburger?
Yeah, well, you can just...
Nope. That's nasty.
Yeah, you just put it in a blender. You can't put a cheeseburger in a blender.
It's not a cheeseburger.
How many people would love to put a cheeseburger in a blender? I think that would be a viable option. So let's try this next one here. It's called What the Heck. I'm not too sure what the heck is.
Okay.
But we're getting ready to find out what the heck is. We're
gonna learn today.
We definitely will. And I'm a little anxious to see what it is that's here. I'm doing a horrible job shuffling.
I hope it's nothing disturbing. We've talked about enough.
No. These decks are very family friendly.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, but okay. the guy that I got this from, he's a family friendly podcast type dude.
Oh, so you know the creator. That's cool.
Yeah. So let's flip this first one over. Have you ever been arrested? If so, what for?
Oh, these are like truth tell-alls.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
I just asked you.
Yes, I've been arrested.
You've been arrested. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's because I beat up one of your exes. I didn't tell you about that. I'm just kidding. It was not for anything badass like that. I stole something from the commissary of all places.
Really? You've been arrested?
Dumb teenager. Yeah.
I was
a heathen.
You never told me about that.
I was a teenage dirtbag for one day.
So what grade were you in?
I was in a senior year. I could not have picked a worse time. I could have lost my scholarship and everything.
Wow.
Yes. That was my dad lectured the mess out of me. I was grounded for like until I went to college.
And then what did you steal?
Freaking cosmetics.
Huh.
Right.
I didn't see
it. Wasn't even like MAC cosmetics either. It was like Maybelline, like
from this commissary on Post.
Yes. I just got a wild hair that day.
You just had a wild hair. Was that at the beginning, like towards the end of your senior year?
Yes. It was probably like February, March.
Were you with
No, I had just turned 18. So I was like, it was.
Were you with friends?
March. No, I was with my parents.
You were with them?
Yeah. See, I'm bad at that life, y'all. I did it terribly.
So you were with them.
Got caught.
And like, where did you put it at?
I don't remember what I think either in my little handbag or a pocket or something.
And then who stopped you and said, hey, I think
it was an undercover dude. Remember you said like the Walmart people, it was like that.
And you just like, I'm going to follow her. I saw something.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I should have gone in the bathroom.
Yeah, it stops the investigation if you go in the bathroom.
Unethical tips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, still in my record.
I've been arrested twice.
About that life.
I've arrested twice. One for fighting.
What?
One for...
You don't say.
Yep. One for fighting, and the other one for unpaid parking tickets.
Unpaid parking. Those are two different extremes.
Yep.
Wait, the unpaid parking tickets one. I didn't know about that one. What was that?
Where
was that?
I was in Clarksville.
Oh.
So this now that was my senior. They're funny. That was my senior year of college, and I got arrested for that. Hey, Nintendo dude, what's up? Let's see. Your turn. Let's
okay. All right. If your office had show and tell for adults, what thing would you be proud to display? You know my answer. What's it gonna be?
My pubes.
No.
Huh?
Wrong.
Oh, I don't know. What are you gonna display? Your hair?
Lupe.
Oh, your lizard.
My lizard.
Yes, your lizard now.
Yes, it's my lizard now.
She has a baby lizard, guys.
Yes.
Lupe the lizard. It was mine. Named him after Lupe Fiasco, and then Candace kind of took over the lizard details and all that good stuff.
We go on walks every day.
A little lizard baby.
I rock him in the rocking chair at nighttime to sleep.
See,
I give him
boom!
baths.
I got a witness right there. Boom. Hey.
On any college campus, parking is a mess.
That's where all my parking tickets
It's terrible.
came from. That's all of my parking tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, he's packing. I hope you don't have
a
horrible job packing. Because packing sucks, moving sucks. Mm-hmm. But what would I have a display for show and tell?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got some
for adults.
Stuff.
I got stuff here.
He has all this.
But I don't like if I want to flex, I think I'll bring like some of my skateboard collection type stuff. Mm-hmm. It's easy to manage and carry. I'll bring that in. Like everything else is, maybe my Ninja Turtle. I got all 4 turtles in the Ninja Turtle van. Maybe I'll show that off.
You have a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, I do have a lot
of these things have cool backstories too.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
I like the Mario phone. That was a good find. Did I find that or did you find that?
I definitely found that.
I thought I found that at a thrift store somewhere. No, that was me. Okay.
No, I found it at Slackers.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So that would be a good one to show off.
Yeah.
The Star Fox toys that I got over there. There's a lot of cool things to show off. Mm-hmm. It's a dragon. The bearded dragon definitely is a dragon. So I apologize for calling the wrong thing. All right. What's the next one? Is it your turn? My turn. It's my turn.
My turn.
Your turn. No, you did.
Oh, I did that. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite number? Any particular reason why you like that number?
Meh. 5, I guess.
Why?
I think 5 is a powerful number.
5 is a powerful number?
Yeah. It's a whole fist.
Yeah.
You wish you can
That's
do
how big our
fist.
family is. We're a family of 5.
It's a family of 5. 5 is significant dates for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And remember we were talking about the number, like the color the different numbers would be? I think 5 would be a green number. If each number had a natural color.
I kind of see 5 as a teal color.
No, I think 5 is a nice bold
you think
green.
It's a bold blue?
It's like not forest green, like a
not a
money green.
I kind of see 3 is a light blue.
Yeah.
1 might be a forest green.
1 is always black.
1's black for you? I think 0 is black for me.
0 is transparent, no background.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
The number that I would rock is 18.
18.
Yep, 18.
Why?
Because very first sport I played was football. Mm-hmm. That I was in the first grade, and my jersey number was 18. Oh. And I kept it that way for a very long time now. Mm-hmm. And I try to get to the closest number. So basketball, I always try to get 15.
Okay.
And then any other sport I've done has always been 18. Mm-hmm. But now it's 15 again because our wedding stuff.
Now I'm trying to remember what number I had when I was playing
It wasn't
softball.
significant. It wasn't significant. You women don't think about numbers. It's not special.
Numbers? No.
Green is 5 letters. Yeah, you're
right. That's why it matches.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Okay, my turn. All right. What is the weirdest place you've had sex?
That's what it's
That's what it says. I didn't make that one up.
It says it right there. It's the weirdest place.
Define weird. Like, I don't have any weird places.
I guess the forest. It's the
weirdest. When was this?
It's forest.
In the forest?
It's in the forest.
Oh, that's interesting. I want these details later because I thought you didn't like camping. So this was not a planned thing. This was an impromptu forest trip.
I didn't even sleep in the forest. So that's a story. So
interesting.
I just don't tell sexual stories to you.
Yeah. You have a very interesting background.
I do. Well, yours what? Yours is the weirdest thing is like a car, probably?
Probably. Yeah.
That's the weirdest?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too adventurous.
Not too. Okay. I'll buy that.
But we can change that.
Yeah, we can. Like the back seat of a Volkswagen. Yes. Yes. I had a Buick Century. Mm-hmm. It was like laid out like a couch.
Dang, you said that one like you meant it. Yes.
Yes. I know exactly what he's talking about. Yes.
What kind of car was it? Never mind.
What type of car was what?
I'm trying to remember a body style of a car, and I can't remember it. But I don't remember what the name
car
of the car
that
is.
She got slept in. The car that you got slathered in.
Remember? Did I tell you I got in trouble for sneaking out when I was younger?
Yeah, took your door off.
Yeah, my dad took my door off. I hope my parents aren't watching this.
Yeah, and it was the car she got slathered in.
Yeah.
You're something else.
We're going to go on to the next card.
What is your favorite microwavable food?
Ooh, So everything that flew through my head as far as my favorite foods aren't microwavable. I don't really like microwavable foods. If I had to pick like a guilty pleasure, chicken ramen.
Whoa, wait, hold on. Time out. Going back one.
In the freezer at
Baskin Robbins. Oh my goodness.
We know some stories like that.
I know a couple people's.
These people that work at these fast food places.
It's a Dirty Mike and the Boys. Wait, yes, Dirty Mike and the Boys.
That's funny.
Favorite food, but microwavable food. What do you got?
Chicken ramen, not the creamy ramen, and not the like the ramen in the cups, like the actual package of ramen. Microwavable. Do we mean like microwavable start to finish, or like
it just says
reheatable?
It just says favorite microwavable food.
I thought you had asked me this 2 years ago. I said hot dogs. I used to love hot dogs.
You boil hot dogs.
No,
I prefer them boiled.
Boiled hot dogs were sentimental. Like one of my parents used to boil our hot dogs, but microwave hot dogs, good.
I think I'm gonna go with pizza rolls.
Ooh, those are good.
Yeah, or pizza bagels.
I don't like those. The bagels taste funny. They taste like plastic.
Or bagussies.
No.
Hey, so guys, the best thing ever is eating a bagussie, right? A bagussie. So all right. So it comes from the LGBTQ community, because a homosexual man will sometimes call his butt a bussy.
Hey, there's a bank out here called Bussy.
Yeah, they call it a bussy. All right. I'm like, oh, a bussy. Crazy. So the little whole part of a bagel, when you're making a pizza bagel, it's called a bagussie. You eat that whole.
Nope. Pause. Nope. Just.
Bagussie.
Yes. Tread lightly.
Bagussie. Yeah.
We're hitting all the points today.
All of them.
All right.
So I eat bagussies. That's my favorite.
And I eat ramen. He said, we're not doing that. Acid Train said he had to tell his kids to leave the room. Yes. All right. When you were a kid, did you have any posters on your wall? If so, what?
Yeah, I did.
You were a cool kid.
No, I had Mario Ellis. I had Michael
Janet
Jordan.
Jackson.
Michael Jordan. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who else did I have? Shaquille O'Neal. His was like the same size as the door. And the rest of them were drawings and magazine cutouts from skate magazines. But I didn't have like I didn't have like a female crush or anything like that.
Not Topanga, no. Oh, okay. No, I didn't have any posters on the wall. Not that I remember anyway.
You don't have any posters?
Not that I recall. No.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what was on the wall. I need to go. So my parents built a house next to the house we grew up in, and then they sold the house we grew up in when they built the house. And so every once in a while when we go home, I want to go knock on the door and say, hey, can I just like walk through real fast? I can try to remember what this looked like. But I'm not going to be weird. But the family that lives there now, they're from Illinois, right? They're cool. They probably let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
One day.
Your turn.
I hope they change the color. It was this awful yellow. All right. If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nut butter. Butternut.
Nut butter.
Buttered nut.
Or
nutted butter. Nutted
call it the essence of nuts.
Nut paste.
Nut paste.
That's terrible.
Yes. Or they call it splooge.
Nope.
We can't call it splooge?
No.
Why not?
It's just weird. It's not related to what it is.
I don't know. Let's see what
nut
the chat.
paste. Oh, nut paste is an actual brand.
I like nut spread. That
nut
sounds
spread.
It sounds great. Nut spread.
That's
terrible. I think I'm gonna call it that from here on. Nut spread.
We went left today.
No, it's not left. We're on topic. Nut spread. Hey, son, make sure you get a nut spread and jelly sandwich.
You have to say it with an accent. That's one that sounds like it has to be said with an accent.
Nut spread.
Mama, can we have some more nut spread?
Nut spread?
Yes,
it's in the pantry.
The grape compote.
It's in the pantry, Nigel.
In the pantry with the yeast loaf slices.
Is it my turn to pick?
I got one. Oh, sorry. It was your turn.
No. What set of items could you buy that would make the cashier most uncomfortable?
Well, since we're in Halloween, there's the obvious, right? There's an axe, some rope, some plastic. I don't know, some knives, some trash bags, big old vats and then like chemicals. Yeah. Breaking Bad, all that stuff that he used to buy.
All right.
He used to buy with no problem either.
So didn't say what store. So
Ace Hardware.
I would go to the pet store.
Okay.
Buy one tube.
Okay.
Buy one hamster. You're like, what? What are you doing?
Because that's bad. Because even if you already had a hamster cage and you were just going to expand it,
right? That's what.
All you need is one
like,
tube.
No, I'm just trying to expand the hamster tube and the hamster cage. She's still looking, huh?
Exactly.
Because I have
She's gonna be like, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I have two enclosures, and I want.
Saw.
Yeah, and I want them to get connected, and it's a, and they need one more new friend, and then boom, you got, and they're like.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think that would make someone very uncomfortable.
In a non-horrific way, too. Like, I appreciate the humor of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hamster 1 tube.
That's funny.
That is.
We're going to do a video one day where we go to grocery stores and just buy weird stuff like that. Yeah. You know what? Because they might have done the same thing.
Yeah.
They might give us tips. Yeah. Like, oh, here's how you can, like, melt this and bend it so you can actually build something with it. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. Right? That's going to be a fun video if we just go to stores and say and you have to record the cashier's reaction. Like, you get to pick out 3 things, and whoever has the cringiest reaction from the cashier.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Gets a massage on the shoulders at night.
I'm good at that.
Bet.
So you're gonna be massaging my shoulders and happy
I'm sure.
endings.
Look, we got this card game for me to play with the kids. That you get multiple cards that they're little comic pieces, and you're supposed to arrange them into a story, and whoever makes the funniest story wins. I'm not playing with you first because you're going to win. So I'm going to play and beat the kids 4 or 5 times first, and then I'll come play with you because I know you're going to be able to do that better than anybody else. So this whole, like, store trip, you're going to win that too.
Yeah, probably will.
I'm going to lower the wager. I'll give you a high 5.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. What strange thing would you like to happen at your funeral to make people laugh? Oh, you're going to have a good one. What is
strange thing?
Strange thing.
So if
apparently it's set in stone.
I think, because I think I want to be cremated. That's the first thing.
I think I want to be cremated too.
I think I want to be cremated.
I want to be put in a tree pod.
And then I think I want to be put in little vials, just ever so slightly, just
a little sprinkle of dust,
just
in
little
each one.
vials, and making people wear it. Like, you have to, if you hear,
is it gonna make them laugh, or that's gonna make them uncomfortable? It's a mess.
You say that's a strange thing to do. It didn't say make them laugh. I didn't hear them to make people laugh. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Brown Rat Dad said, "Have me sitting up facing the audience." I've seen some cultures that do something like that.
They
though.
have them all dressed up and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or here it is, sprinkling my ashes and tacos so I can tear that ass up one more time.
Boo. Which button is the crickets? Press it.
You
press it. I don't know which button it is.
Exactly. So.
I'm going to find a crickets auto sound on my phone. Yes. It's going to say cricket, cricket.
But they did have a dude. He was a DJ. So he was on the DJ turntables for his. And then there was another guy. He was a motorcyclist. And he's sitting on the motorcycle, sitting up.
I vaguely remember seeing something like that.
Or, here goes one. I think this would be funny. Is do like King Tut and have like a full-on boner.
You're right. He did.
He had a full. They said, and that
broke off.
It broke off. Yeah,
hey,
it broke
the
off.
person who realized that they broke it off, like, do you know how much trouble? You know how much trouble you'll be in if you're doing an excavation and you break something, and then to find out that what you broke and what you got fired from your job for breaking was King Tut's dingling.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
It's like, how do you ever explain that? Oh, I see here there's a gap in your resume here from your work experience.
Yeah.
See, how did your last job end? Well, or just, funny story.
Just like it broke off in his hand. It didn't say, oh, it turned into powder. The shit broke off into a custom. I'm sorry. It broke off into his hand.
So how do you explain that?
And so he's like, hey,
I found something.
Fully erect.
What is it? It's a Pinocchio.
You didn't know that? Yeah. It's
please look it up, because it was mentioned on some show recently, right? We were watching Netflix or something. No,
but
I was like,
that's common. That's common knowledge.
Common among whom?
I thought it was common knowledge.
You go to a cocktail party and someone says, "Hey, did you know?"
What's the grossest thing you've ever seen someone do in public?
Man, I see people not wash their hands when they leave the bathroom. At the movie theater, actually, most recently. I don't like that. What else was there? Or like at the airport. Y'all, no, the grossest thing I saw, and people, it was one of the same ladies who didn't wash her hands before she left the bathroom. Her kid was out there barefoot in an airport. Ugh.
I'll buy that.
It's disgusting. I think being barefoot in any public, especially public place, like a bathroom, nasty.
Speaking of bathroom, I seen a lady poop in a grocery store.
How? Hold on, explain. There's multiple layers to this question. How did you, male, see her poop in a grocery store?
She was pissed off. She was just like, bloop.
In the middle of the grocery store?
She said, bloop, pulled up her little skirt thing, and she shat. She shat upon the floor.
But hold on, wait. I what's interesting for me is the timing of that.
Time out. It's a Yogi raid. Yo, thanks for the raid, Yogi. Yo, I appreciate that, and welcome, guys. We're just having a little podcast here.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit that follow button and hang out with us more often. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Keeping it interesting over here.
Keeping it interesting. Yeah, it's super interesting. So yes, she definitely did that.
Why? I need some more detail.
I don't know. I just know that it happened.
What's weird for me about this?
That's not the first time that's happened.
Hold on.
Because I worked at Kinko's.
How did she time that? That was, the luck of the cashier and the people in line behind her, that she was so mad and that she had enough in her bowels to do that just horrible thing.
Yeah.
If it had been 5 minutes earlier, she wouldn't have been able to do that. Those poor people.
Yeah.
That's like the epitome of bad luck. Yeah. Whoever was working that day and having to clean. I can't even finish that sentence because I'm like, no, you're cleaning this up or we're fighting.
Like this, then on top of that, you're around food, so
they had to shut the whole store down.
Pretty much. So
now you said in Kinko's?
No. The other one I didn't see it directly, but at Kinko's, someone shot on the men's. I was like, yo, who does that, right?
On the men's what?
On the men's bathroom floor. And
so they were like 2 inches from the toilet and said, nope.
No, it was like, again, I think it was just someone upset. So
How dare you mess up my
my manager paper. At the time, Teresa, she's like, "Hey, CJ, I need you to clean it up." And I was like,
"Nope."
I was like, "Hey, you will have to fire me, and then I will sue you for everything that you have because first off, I'm the only black guy here." So I will make this I'm gonna make this a race thing for sure.
I will play that card.
I will play that card. And she's like, "Oh well, but it's just." I was like, "You go do it." And so this dude named Chad, he was the assistant manager. Like we were talking about Chad's.
Y'all like rock manager. Paper scissors or something?
No, I did not rock paper scissors. Chad's like, "I'll just do it," and he said it was like. Because again, another reason why I was like, I'm not doing it. I wasn't even here for it. Like, y'all
waited until I came in for my shift.
And so Chad was like, it's like,
nope. I'm sorry. So it like smeared as he was squeezing.
It calloused.
That means it was old. No, y'all waited until I got here. Exactly. No, that's one. I'm not only am I not cleaning up, I'm done for the day, and you're still gonna pay me for the whole day because.
Absolutely.
No. That's gross. Okay. If you had to pick a new name for yourself, what would you pick?
Pick a new name for myself?
Yes.
I think you already know my new name.
Shade Omicron.
Yep, I'd change my name to Shade Omicron.
Now that I know you, I'd be okay with that. But if you had said that 7 years ago.
7 years ago, change my name to Shade Omicron. That's my.
I've gotten used to your level of like extra that I'm like, okay, it fits. It's okay.
Because my WWE wrestler on WWE 2K22.
Lord, hold on. You said WWE. My brain heard W2, like your pay stubs and stuff. And I was like, how did you get your W2 to say Shade Omicron? You see how weird and fast your brain moves? Anyways, go ahead. WWE.
But I have, his name is Shade Curtis because Omicron isn't in the game. So Shade Curtis and Shade Omicron are definitely ones that... Shade, making it LLC. You know what? That's not a bad name. But name
we're
for
gonna use it someday for something.
Shade, we'll use it for Shade Omicron accessories.
Hey, when we open a movie producing thing,
just call
it'll
it
be Shade Omicron Productions.
Yeah,
nobody go by that domain because we're gonna get it.
What name would you go by? What would you change your name to?
I don't know.
You don't know. Oh, you gotta think. Like, that's the question.
Monica.
Monica?
Yeah.
Because okay, I guess.
Or Danica. I like those names.
Danica? Mm-hmm. Where's Danica come from?
I just know a friend named Danica. I thought it was
You had a friend named Danica?
Or Savannah. No, it wouldn't be my name. If we had a daughter, I'd name her Savannah.
If you had a daughter, you name her Savannah.
But we don't have no girls.
I don't think so. I think I'm done having kids.
We're done with any more children.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Monica.
All right, my turn.
Shade O. It would be a hub channel. Yes. Brown Red Dad said Shade O would be a hub channel.
Yeah.
It would.
Let's layer leotards and cover our face so we can make one.
Yes. Right. No.
If you could marry a fictional character, who would it be? Fictional character.
That's a tough one.
That is kind of tough. Fictional
characters. I don't know.
I think
I'd marry Shade Omicron.
Sure.
You like how I did that?
No, because he's not smooth. That's not a fictional character.
It is. You just made him up.
No, I didn't. It's Shade Omicron is me.
Right.
I'm not fiction. So I would.
It's an alter ego. Anyways.
I would choose. It's not an alter ego when it's me. I would choose Orchid from Killer Instinct. Right. So me and the homie Seabrooks is. We used to have these fantasies about our favorite video game character women, and it was between Kim Woo, Maya, and Orchid, but I always chose closer to the Orchid because she had her booty cheeks out the most.
Interesting. Yeah, I've literally never thought about that.
Interesting. It's a guy thing. All right, what else?
Okay. Would you ever consider writing to someone in jail as a pen pal? Yeah. There's actual organizations that do that.
So
to help keep people's spirits up and stuff.
Remember when you're talking about the things about the females and what they do and like why would you do that? This is one of those things. Why would you write to a prisoner?
No, it doesn't have to be anything weird. You can write them Bible verses and stuff and say.
And they're gonna be obsessed with you, and they're gonna start stalking you.
Not if
because
you sat there and said, about me.
There's nothing wrong with you. I'm gonna write someone in jail, and we're gonna build this relationship. We're gonna be pen pals.
None of that.
We're gonna be pen pals. No, yes. I think
you can write encouraging letters to people.
I think it's absolutely not.
You know what? No, because here's the other piece that's implied in there. When you imply pen pals, that does imply an ongoing.
Yes.
But then again, they need some encouragement too. Like maybe, I don't know, they have like a mentor or something outside of.
Why can't they write each other in jail? Put this in cell block 1.
No.
And they were like, hey, put this in cell block 7.
No.
They can write each other.
I think it'd be a nice thing to do. And I'm certain there's stuff that's already like that.
It could be nice. Hey, who that girl from Tekken? Oh, which one? Oh, Josie. Josie's another good one. But
I don't remember what Josie looks like.
She's busty.
Aren't they all?
Yeah. Nah, they just want naughty pics. Yeah, see? Setting yourself up for failure. I told you.
They're gonna get a picture like
he's on. He knows exactly what it is.
Some old lady.
Exactly. Seabrooks. I've known him way too long. He gets me. He understands me. You don't get me.
If you keep things clean in the purest form of that question, yes. Yeah. Y'all are jumping to all these other weird
I'm gonna read chat real fast. Let's see. Oh, Lady J Dog's in the building. What's up, Lady J Dog? I hope all is well. Moody, is it Moody? I can't read. Moody A by Gail. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for hanging out.
Moody Abigail.
Man, I can't. Man, I can't read right now.
You have to no, and it's lime green on
the
screen.
It's a lime green on the screen. Ooh. Yes, I'm with you on that. BRD said, I see what he said. We do need to make it an LLC. Yeah, you kept up with that one. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, next one.
Brown Red Dad said with the Kinko's bathroom cleanup, he's like, no, I definitely would have played the race card to make sure. Don't ever ask me anything like this again.
Yeah, they thought I was playing.
Let you know where this will go.
That's kind of how I quit Kinko's.
Yeah.
I told you about that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like, don't do me. Mm-hmm. I will pull that card easily. And that's funny. The craziest thing, I never had to pull the card ever again.
Good.
But I will if I have to. Mm-hmm. Now that I know, I have a better understanding of the process.
That's my concern with I don't want to clean up no bathroom.
Right.
I will spend money on somebody else cleaning up a bathroom that people in public use.
Right. So let's do this like we got about 10 minutes left. No, we got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes left.
Time flies. What is this one? What deck is this?
All right, this is just interview questions. All right, let me just. I'm gonna pull this one.
Name a time you've overcome adversity.
No. If you had a personal mascot, what would it be?
It would be a I don't know. I was gonna say a dragon, but I don't have a reason for it. Or a phoenix. But I have no reason for it. I just like the idea of how they look.
I don't know. I'm going back and forth between a little bearded dragon or some type of like flying critter.
Flying critter like a cicada?
No, like a bird critter. Like a blue jay or something like that.
Interesting. In my mind, when I read mascot, I automatically thought like tattoo. So that's why I said the dragon and the phoenix. But I can like refuse to have a tattoo of a dragon or phoenix until I have a reason behind it. So when someone says like, oh, why did you get that tattoo? Or like, what's the meaning behind your tattoo? You can't say, oh, no reason. I just like dragons.
You can't do that.
I hear
that a lot.
I just thought it was cool.
Like, I was asking.
No, it's supposed to have this like cool, mysterious story behind it.
So I was at the Shooters, the bar and grill, and the young lady had like all sorts of like different things, like cherries.
Well, this one I got after rum and coke.
Yeah,
and this one I got
that's pretty
after
much what it was. I was like, so I see on your wrist you have locks and keys. Mm-hmm. What's that for? I don't know. I just like the look of the lock and the key. I just looked at her.
There was no other, like, nothing.
Yeah, I just looked at her.
I'd come up with some really dramatic story.
You know how like the kids come to me with a question and I don't know how to answer, and it was that.
Yeah. But she came up with a story after that. She's like, that was such an awful experience. I need to have a story for the next time somebody asks me why I got this tattoo.
No, she didn't. She was awful, and that's why I didn't tip her well.
Because you didn't like her answer about her tattoo?
Absolutely not. Like, you can't do that. All right.
Note to everyone, have an answer for why you have a tattoo.
Exactly. What weird food combinations do you really enjoy?
I like cheese and apple pie. I know that's not a weird thing. Like, no, like people do cheddar, like a slice of cheddar cheese on their apple pie. It's really good.
You said with it.
Yeah, with apple pie. With it,
but you know.
Yeah. Or what else? Cheese and apples. Well, I said cheese and apple pie. It's kind of the same thing.
I've done cheese, but like cheese and apples. I'm not as fond as that. But like the apple pie, like if it's off to the side, okay, cool. But like
it's got to be laid right on top, and you scoop a piece of the cheddar cheese and the apple and a piece of like ice cream. It's good. It's good.
Okay, I think mine is syrup on my eggs and ketchup.
I still don't understand that. And he's got the kids doing that too.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Syrup on his eggs.
Ice cream and French fries, I can do that.
Ice cream, I don't really like it. I like the idea of it, but in execution, it doesn't taste that good.
I like it just fine. That's
tomato soup and grilled cheese; those go together.
Tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Yeah,
I'm with that. I'm definitely with that.
I'm trying to. I don't know. Okay, what's the funniest place you've ever fallen asleep? You're gonna have an answer for this one. I'm not.
I don't know because I don't think any of this places church. Really, I guess so. I don't think there's
the forest.
I know. Oh yeah, by the way, even though we're towards the end of everything, hey, if you're getting here for the first time, thanks for joining us. I'm the most determined soul, CJ Berry, here with my wife, Candace Berry, and we're just hanging out. We're just talking and doing our thing. If you haven't already hit that follow button, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're already following, make sure you host it up. And if you like the content, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Yep. And again, thanks Yogi for that raid. We really appreciate it, man. I don't really have. That wasn't really a good interview question.
No,
like that's a let's skip that.
These are like middle. I can't tell what the genre of these questions are.
They're middle ground type stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely family friendly.
What is something you get wrong almost every time you do it?
This is gonna slightly answer this question, but not really. I can't do measurement conversions ever. I have to Google it every single time. How many teaspoons in a tablespoon? How many quarts in a gallon? I never remember them. Partially because I never tried to remember them. I always Google it and then use it for whatever I'm cooking and then forget what I found.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yes. Pints in a quart, quarts in a gallon. I'm certain that if I took just 30 minutes to just memorize stuff like those, the basic conversions, I'd be fine for the rest of my life. But I just Google it, measure what I got to measure and finish cooking, and then don't ever think about it again. So I always get measured, conversions wrong. I have to look it up because I will do it wrong.
I'm trying to think what I do on a regular basis. That's just completely besides spelling, because I'm a horrible speller. I don't think that counts. But I think there's things. And let me really. I gotta really think about that. That's something that you have to give someone 24 hours ahead of time so that they can answer that question. I guess I'm just gonna stick with spelling right now because I can't of course I'm not perfect, so there's things I do get wrong, but just you know what, certain ways to say no, I get wrong sometimes. Like when someone says you can't do this, are you saying I can't do it, or are you saying that I can't do that I can't do? You know, it's like do not go outside, right? So I have to think, are they asking me not to go outside right now or later? And it's some weird thing that goes in my head when you use too many negatives in a sentence.
Oh, you have to trace the negatives.
I have to I'm not good. I'm not good at. Do not go outside.
Right.
Do not make this.
Especially if they're broken up across the sentence.
And I get super duper confused.
Yeah.
All right. Last one.
Make it a good one.
What is the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person?
I don't think mine are weird.
Yeah, I don't think mine's weird either.
I like the way that your ear points.
That's it. That is weird.
I know that's not one. I'm joking. No, I like shoulder back.
Yeah,
you have a nice broad shoulders.
I like boobies.
You like weird boobies though.
I just can't stop looking at those. But it's just some things you just can't turn. It's like a bad car crash. You can't turn your head away from it.
Yes, he likes monster boobies.
Yeah, I like monster boobies. No
humor.
Let me see. Something I find. I guess if you want to say it's weird, I got a thing for hair. Like I like longer hair. I don't, or if the hairstyle's shorter, it has to be on point all the time. Mm-hmm. If it's not, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, that's not a weird thing though.
No. Some guys are just like, yo, does it got a hole? Some guys are like that.
Yeah.
Some guys are like that. Well, there you have it.
That is quite a note to end on.
Yeah, exactly. We've come to our end. Yes. We'll break this up, and don't forget, guys, we also are on YouTube. I put it on my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can do that. There it is. Brown Red Dad posted it there.
Thanks,
we already posted last week's video on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. You can check it out. www.youtube.com/MDSoul TV is there. And then I'm be working on also putting on Spotify. Yes, that'd be fun. That'd be fun too. BRD, thanks for your help.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Friends, family, all that great stuff. Thanks for tuning in.
Forget everything that you heard today.
No, you can.
Thanks for watching.
I hope that stays in your head.
No.
And again, we'll be posting in the Discord. DistroKid. Okay.
Yeah, we'll post in Discord details
we'll post in Discord the deets.
The next few movies.
On the next few movies in Discord. So if you're not already in the Discord, please
get in there.
Please join us there. Mm-hmm. All right. So with that being said, most determined soul, CJ Berry.
Candace Berry.
Success and victory. Don't block with your face. And we see you on the next time, guys. Hey, you made it this far. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like this video right here. Also, follow me on my social media platforms that I have there. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even Twitch. MDSoul, everything. Thanks. Have a good one, y'all.